Flood maps are changing. Here's what that could mean for you. Your home may not have been in a flood zone before, but that doesn't mean it still isn't. And right now, parts of Florida, including areas in Pinellas and Pasco counties, are seeing updated flood map discussions and increased attention around flood risk. At Vermost Insurance Agency, we've been getting more questions from homeowners asking, what does this mean for me? Will I be required to carry flood insurance? And honestly, most people don't even realize flood maps can change over time. Flood maps are used to determine a property's flood risk. They can impact whether flood insurance is required by a lender, what flood insurance may cost, and how a property is evaluated during a home purchase or for refinance. As communities grow, drainage changes, and weather patterns evolve, FEMA and local officials periodically reevaluate flood risk areas. One of the biggest misconceptions we hear is, I'm not in a flood zone, so I don't need flood insurance. But flood claims can happen outside of the high-risk flood zones too. In Florida, flooding isn't always caused by a major storm. Sometimes it's heavy rain, overwhelmed drainage systems nearby, construction, or rising water levels in areas that historically don't flood. That's why understanding your actual exposure matters more than just looking at a label on a map. If your flood zone changes, it doesn't automatically mean panic. In some cases, lenders may begin requiring flood insurance. Premiums could change, or you may have options through private flood insurance or grandfathered policies. The important thing is being proactive and understanding your options before you're dealing with a closing, a renewal, or last-minute lender requirement. If there's one thing homeowners in Florida should understand, it's this. Flood risk can change over time, and flooding doesn't only happen in high-risk flood zones or during major hurricanes. Sometimes just a few inches of water can cause thousands of dollars in damage. That's why it's important to understand your flood exposure before there's ever a problem, not after. If you have questions about your current flood zone, flood insurance, or simply want help understanding your options, give us a call at 727-748-2886 and speak to one of our trusted insurance advisors. Flood insurance isn't just about where you live, it's about being financially prepared for the unexpected.